In the 1300s, there lived a man so wealthy that his fortune broke entire economies. Not a billionaire, not a trillionaire. The richest human being to ever live. His name was Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa was the emperor of the Mali Empire in West Africa, one of the most powerful and advanced civilizations of its time. His empire controlled major trade routes for gold and salt, two of the most valuable resources in the world back then. And Mali didn't just have gold. It had so much gold that it set global prices. But the moment that made Mansa Musa legendary happened in 1324, when he decided to go on pilgrimage to Mecca. This wasn't a normal journey. He traveled with tens of thousands of people, including soldiers, officials, servants, and scholars. Along the way were camels loaded with gold, not small amounts, literal tons of it. As Mansa Musa passed through cities like Cairo, he gave away gold generously to the poor, to traders, and to local leaders. He spent so much gold that it flooded the economy. Prices collapsed. Inflation hit so hard that some regions took over a decade to recover. Imagine being so rich that your generosity accidentally crashes economies. But Mansa Musa wasn't just about wealth. He invested heavily in knowledge, architecture, and education. When he returned to Mali, he brought back scholars, architects, and books from across the Islamic world. He helped transform cities like Timbuktu into major centers of learning, where mathematics, astronomy, law, and history were studied. Under his rule, Timbuktu became home to libraries holding hundreds of thousands of manuscripts. At a time when much of Europe had very few books, education was valued, scholars were respected, knowledge was power. What's even more shocking is how little most people are taught about him today. Despite his global impact, Mansa Musa is often left out of mainstream history books. Yet medieval European maps literally labeled Mali as the land of gold, with Mansa Musa shown holding a golden orb. Mansa Musa died in the mid-1300s, but his legacy remains unmatched. Not just because he was rich, but because he used wealth to build culture, education, and influence that shaped history. The richest man to ever live didn't come from Europe or modern America. He came from Africa, and history still hasn't caught up with that truth.